This watercolor tutorial compares markers, pencils, paints, and pastels. Here are the prices for each watercolor medium. Markers. You only need one layer of marker as the color is so saturated. Marker was the quickest of the four to apply. I layered red, light red, orange, yellow, and finally brown, and made sure I applied water to each color as quick as possible because marker dries so quickly. Pencils. They required the most amount of time as you have to layer the colors slowly. You get a much richer result rather than trying to layer the pencil in one go by pushing harder on the pencil. Plus, when push hard down on the pencil, you run the risk of ripping the paper. Paints. Like markers, you do not need so many layers of color. The paint has much more depth depending on the amount of water you apply. The end result was the closest to the feeling of the actual rose petals, pastels. The most difficult medium to use because it's hard to control. I use the edge of the pastel tip to get any kind of a sharp line. To create a fine line, I scribble some pastel on a scrap piece of paper and then using a fine brush, dipped in water to get the result. Conclusion. Marker, the quickest to apply, due to its depth of color. Pencil. The longest to apply as to the amount of layering that has to be done. Paints. The most realistic representation of the actual rose. Pastel. The hardest to control, and maybe more, not suited to something as smooth as a flower petal.